our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on our region's business, Pittsburgh as a poster child for post-industrial cities and why the world came to our region to talk about it. Plus why more and more individuals and employers are choosing our region. We'll hear from a network television anchor who chose our region even before she knew there would be a job here for her. But first, PPG Industries has chosen our region as the new headquarters for its North American coatings business. It's the result of the acquisition in April of the AkzoNobel's North American coating business, which PPG is combining with its own architectural coatings business. Scott Sinetar is Vice President of Architectural North America for PPG Industries. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Great to see a homegrown company, PPG, making an investment and expanding here in our region. So tell me a little bit about how this came about.
Well, our business was always grounded here in North America, but the Akzo North American business really just accelerated our strategy in all of our business channels, whether it be the home centers, the company-owned stores, or the independent dealers.
Well, yeah, and when we're talking about Akzo, most people probably don't know it by that name. So take us into the retail store. What does it do business as when we see it there?
Okay, so we'll start at the beginning of architectural coatings. Yeah. So our division really is in both the consumer side, where the do-it-yourselfers are buying paint, or the professional painters. So if you think about the brands that are in our channel, Olympic Paints and Stains, PPG paints, and now with the AkzoNobel purchase includes paints like Glidden paint or Liquid Nails and some other popular brands that might be in Canada and also in Puerto Rico.
Liquid Nails tucked away on probably every shelf in everybody's shop across America. So great brands, and seems like a great opportunity for PPG to sort of expand its footprint and its presence in a lot of different retail locations, right?
Yeah, so we've more than doubled our size here in North America, and with that comes more stores, company-owned stores in Canada, US, and Puerto Rico, along with more home centers. So we were doing business, for example, with Lowe's at PPG before the acquisition, and now with the Glidden brand, we've now entered into Home Depot and Walmart.
Wow, and so this is, obviously, make a deal like this, you come up with this kind of an acquisition, then you got to decide, well, where you're going to run it out of, right? And what, Akzo was in Northeast Ohio, is that right?
Yeah, so their headquarters was outside of Cleveland, and they had a presence up in Canada and a little bit of a presence in Puerto Rico. But what we're going to do is now consolidate our U.S. operations really into the greater Pittsburgh area. So right now, our core group was in a few locations around the Pittsburgh area. So we're going to move the office team up into Cranberry. So now we're going to house about 450 to 500 people from the office staff there, and we're actually going to build out lab space in Harmarville and actually now move the team from Springdale, Pennsylvania, and the Akzo team, which was in the greater Cleveland area.
All seems to make a lot of sense, but was it a foregone conclusion that you do all this in Pittsburgh, or do you have to take a hard look at the other companies' locations as well?
That's a really good question, because it really was a jump ball. When we looked at where the teams were set up, we actually had as many, if not more, people over in Ohio than we did Western Pennsylvania. So we looked at both options, and I will tell you the state of Pennsylvania was outstanding to work with, along with Allegheny County and Butler County. So really, when we looked at all the options, we decided that Pennsylvania was the place to be. And as a result, Cranberry really being in between a little bit of where we were downtown and that Cleveland area from a commute standpoint. So we thought it was most logical then to head to Cranberry, and very excited about that decision.
Great win for our region. Are you hoping to lure a lot of the folks, though, from this other company to move here to our region?
Well, that's where the transition gets a little challenging. So we have about 200 people that are in that Cleveland office, and we're hoping that a lot of them will relocate here, but reality says that's not always the case. So it's really going to be a combination of some will relocate here and some new jobs will happen as a result of the new hires. So There'll be about 300 new jobs coming into this greater market, some through the relocations and some through new hiring.
PPG, you know, here in our region for 130 years, company founded here. It might surprise a lot of people as that PPG, Pittsburgh, our region really is sort of the brain power in many ways for this entire global enterprise now. And this is just one piece of it, right?
Yeah, we're only part of it. So if you think of PPG, we're in all coating sectors, whether it be automotive or aerospace or package coating. So architectural is just one part of it, and now a big piece of it will really grow in this area of North America. But we have a great presence in Europe with architectural coatings, along with Asia, Australia, South America. So really architectural coatings has become a much bigger piece of PPG over the last few years.
Now, does Harmer become just the one sort of research center for all of this, or are you keeping some of the existing facilities as well in the region?
Yeah, the Harmer facility really will be our main architectural lab for North America, but it will also be supported by a small team up in the Montreal area, and there'll be a small satellite team in Puerto Rico. But this will be our primary hub for architectural coatings North America.
And I guess finally, we got a minute left, but I mean, you know, what's hot in architectural coatings these days? What do we have to look forward to in terms of pushing the edge of the envelope in this kind of technology and product?
Well, the integration has been a big part of our efforts of late as we put the two companies together, but really we're at a great time right now. Housing formations starting to come together, this business focus, the brand investments with all the different brands we have. So really we see a lot of good things coming in 2014 and on. So we're very excited about really the growth potential in this business for PPG.
Well, I hadn't thought about that. Right, 5 years since the Great Recession, they're finally building houses again. Great time to be expanding your presence, one would think.
Timing is about perfect in our business, and I'm very confident that the team will step up and do a great job, and can't wait to get everything housed here in the greater Pittsburgh area.
All right, Scott Sinetar, VP of Architectural North America for PPG. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And next up, ImaginePittsburgh.com is out to convince talented individuals across the country to advance their careers and build a life they'll love here, right here in our region. And we'll meet one young woman who's done just that. Stay with us.